Hello friends, and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. Here on this channel, I try to make budgeting more accessible for everybody by sharing my own budgeting journey. I have a low income budget, I have a variable income, I'm paid week to week, and even if you don't fit into those categories, I hope that by me sharing my experience with you, that I can make this very complicated thing a little less complicated. So in today's video, we have a family budget check-in. I try to do this once a week. I'm really off schedule with everything that's been happening in my life lately. If you don't know, you can check out the last budget video I made. I did a whole family update in that video. But I just wanted to come on here really quickly because this is probably like the most exciting budgeting week I've ever had. I think it's safe to say it's the most exciting budgeting week I've ever had. So after my video went up, gosh, time, I don't even know, like time doesn't exist for me anymore. Whenever it went up, whenever my last budgeting video went up, and I shared our family budget, and I shared our family update with you guys, something very unexpected happened, at least for me. I was totally shocked and it was unexpected, but I received a lot of Buy Me a Coffees. So I want to talk about that today. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who bought us a coffee. If you don't know what Buy Me a Coffee is, it's a tipping website. So I do have a link to Buy Me a Coffee down in the description box below. And I think about a year ago, my viewers started asking me to include that button down in the description box of my videos so that if they ever wanted to go and give me a tip that they could. And then they can give me tips in $5 increments. And I never, ever expect to get a tip. And anytime I do, I'm just always like, I mean, I really seriously am always surprised and grateful because I know that if you're here, you're probably on a budgeting journey just like me. And okay, I'm not gonna get emotional, but I've been on an emotional roller coaster all week dealing with everything. And I was overwhelmed. Yesterday I went to the Buy Me a Coffee site to my page, and I was reading through, before I did the budget, I needed to see how many Buy Me a Coffees we got, if we got any, and there were so many. And some of them were designated for specific things in the budget, so you'll see that today, and some of them were just left up to us to use as we need. So the savings challenge portion of my budget book, there's going to be some changes to the back of it, and it's going to take quite a while. So what I thought I would do is make those changes, add all those stickers, and we'll do a split screen thing. So half of me will be here talking with you, half of the screen will be split. So I will be laying down all the stickers while I'm talking to you and letting you know about the Buy Me a Coffee. So for Buy Me a Coffee this week, we received $2,425 in tips. There are no words to express like the level of gratitude. I'm sorry, guys. There are no words. I'm so grateful. And I was talking to David and I was like, I feel almost like guilty, like I can't take this one. By the way, of that $2,425, 1,000 was from one subscriber, and that $1,000 was designated for our emergency fund, for our $1,000 emergency fund, which we didn't have. Now we do, thanks to this subscriber. And like there's just no words because, you know, like, oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm trying really hard not to get emotional. I'm really, really trying hard. Here's the deal. $1,000 is a really big deal to us because, you know, we've been trying to save up $1,000 cushion for our checking account for months now. So if you've been watching, you've probably seen that roller coaster of us like getting to the $500 mark and then having to use that. Anyways, $1,000 is a big freaking deal. So we have that now. We have that $1,000 cushion. It was like, boom, just like that, we have $1,000 emergency fund, which is huge. When you're starting out trying to pay off debt, having an emergency fund is huge. That way you don't have to go further in debt like we did this last time when we had all this health things that came up. So with the money that was donated to us, 75 was designated for some fun things. Part of it was designated for Logan for Christmas gifts. Part was designated to me to buy myself books for Christmas, because if you've been around, you know, like, I love to read. Oh my God. If you've been around my channel, you know I love to read, and I thought that was such a thoughtful gift, because not only did it give me something to open on Christmas morning to have some books, but it's like something I truly love. So I'm so excited to get back into reading. I'm so excited to jump in and read those books. Part of it was designated to our stockings. So if I did a video where I shared how I spent our Christmas sinking fund, like how I spent all the gifts, and I also shared what we got for stockings, and so if you want to see that. But anyway, so $75 was for all of that. $1,000 was for the sinking fund, the emergency fund. We needed $330 more to get that $1,000 cushion goal, so we've done that, and that still left us with $1,020, which, if you want to see how we're going to use that $1,020, keep watching and I'll show you in the budget. Okay, before we head over to the budget, I have to give a shout out to all the amazing people who bought us a coffee this week. And remember, guys, I never ever think I'm going to get to buy me a coffee, and I don't expect you guys to do that. And there is a level of guilt that I have when people buy me a coffee. David says it's okay. He said that you're doing it because you want to do it, not because I'm asking you to do it. And anyways, okay, guys, here are all my friends who bought me coffees this week: Caitlin, Stephanie, Paula, Patty, Karen, Debbie, Jill, Janet, Ruthie, Tiffany, Connie, Lizette, Budget with Jane, Stina, Melissa, Auntiana Budget, also known as Isla, Becky, Liz, Marianne, Tracy, Mia, Flaming LED, Kathy, JJ, a subby from Jefferson. Jefferson is a place here in Iowa. Courtney, Tasting Party, Robin, Dawn, Rebecca, Julie, Gone Reads On, and Helen. And then there were many, many anonymous tippers. So I don't know, you know, their names. They were anonymous. Okay, guys, let's jump into the budget and let's do this. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, guys, so just a reminder, this year I am using the ERIN CONDREN monthly planner. Now, the monthly planner is in a weird place on her website, so I will try to include a little clip here of showing how to find the monthly planner on her website. I am an affiliate with ERIN CONDREN, and I have an affiliate link linked in the description box below. If you are interested in one of her planners, I would appreciate it if you use my link. It really helps me out. Okay, we're going to start here on the monthly spread, and we're going to go over all the budget categories and how much we spent in each category, starting with bills. So the first bill that we paid this week was garbage. This is actually one of our cash envelopes. We put $5 aside every week in a cash envelope for our garbage bill. The garbage bill is paid once every 3 months. So when we have enough, we deposit that money and pay that bill. Alliant is the same way. This is a cash envelope, and it comes out of my weekly paychecks. So I put $10 aside every week for Alliant. Normally, $40 a month is enough to pay Alliant Energy, which is the gas for our house. But during these winter months, we don't make quite, we spend more than that. So David's paycheck is covering the difference, which this week, we had to put $61 from his paycheck towards that bill. So 61 plus 40 was 101. So that bill, instead of being 40 like it usually is, was 101. So Hulu also came out this week, and that was for $17. So the way we do our weekly budget, it's a little bit funny. So it starts on Thursday and it ends on Wednesday. So the time period that we're looking at right now is the 15th through the 21st. Okay, next is debt. We had one debt payment this week to loan number 2. Loan number 2 is a debt consolidation loan. We pay them $142 every week. By paying them weekly instead of monthly, it's just one of those little tricks that's going to help us pay off that loan a little bit faster. Okay, next is food. We are back on track with food after a crazy month of food so far this month. We spent $200 on food, which is actually what our budget is. So that's what we want to happen. We want to spend $200 on food or less. Less would be even better because if we did spend less, all of that would go towards our extra debt. Okay, next is gas. We spent $20 on gas. This is one of our cash envelopes. Food is not a cash envelope only because we go to Sam's and we scan and as we go, so we need money in the account, and then we also do grocery pickup at another store, so we just need money in our account, so cash doesn't work in those cases. But gas is a cash envelope. Miscellaneous is also a cash envelope, and we put $60 in that envelope and spent $60 this week on miscellaneous items. Next, actually, all of that was stocking stuffers. Next was spending money. We get $50 of spending money every week. That's 20 for me, 20 for David, and 10 for Logan. Then we have our savings challenge. So the savings challenge is a game that I play with you guys, and we are going to play that game today and do some cash envelope stuffing at the end of this video. And we did put $10 towards that savings challenge last week. So how much we put in the savings challenge depends on what number you guys pick. It's a random thing. You'll see. Stick around and you'll see. Okay, and then finally, sinking funds. We put $123 towards sinking funds for this past week. Okay, so those were all of our expenses, but let's take a look at the worksheets, the budget worksheets, and see how the numbers work out as far as our budget goes. Okay, so starting here with our monthly budget. So I do several budgets through the month. The first one is a monthly budget, and it's covered by David's paycheck. He's paid once a month, so we have one budget sheet, and he covers most of our fixed expenses, which are our bills and our debts, but there are a few that he's not able to cover, so that I cover those with my paycheck, which is a week-to-week paycheck. So I have the monthly paycheck, but I also do week-to-week. So I have the monthly budget, but I also do a weekly budget. So let's do the monthly budget first, and then we'll move on to the weekly. So this week Hulu came out, and it was $17. And Alliant came out, and David's portion was $61. We were budgeting $91. It was $61. So far this month, our bills have been on track. They haven't been off by very much, and it's nothing to worry about at this point. So we are good with our monthly budget. Let's take a look at the weekly budget. Okay, so for me, for budgeting purposes, I'm gonna have the expense tracker open here so I can see how much I spent on each item, but I will zoom in for you so you can see closer what was happening in the budget. So this is week 3. We're gonna close out week 3, and then today we'll also set up week 4. So our rollover, we began the week with a negative amount of $314. I ended up paying myself $914. I normally pay myself $600, but to help cover that cost, and we happen to have extra money in our business account right now because this is our busy time of the year, I was able to do that. If this had happened at a different point in the year, we would be not in a good place, not able to do that. So it worked out. Unfortunately, I wanted to save that money for the summer months when we don't make as much money in the Etsy shop, but that's okay. I'm working on alternative streams of income right now for summer, so that will be coming in the future. We also had $20 of Buy Me a Coffee last week. So altogether, we had $620 to work with. Oops. Sorry, this should say $914. Okay, coming down to our sinking funds, we did this together. We stuffed all these cash envelopes last week together, and the amounts were exactly what we budgeted. So that was 3 for Amazon, 7 for back to school, 10 for birthdays, 10 for car maintenance, 5 for car registration, 25 for Christmas, $3 for our Sam's Club membership, $50 for vacation, and $10 for vet. So altogether, we spent $123 on our sinking funds, making our total $497. Okay, coming up here to our fixed expenses. So we just have 3 that are covered with my paycheck. So we have that $142 for loan number 2, $5 in cash to garbage, and $10 in cash to Alliant Energy. So all together, that was $157. We had $497 minus $157 left us with $340 to work with. So coming down here to our variable expenses, we budgeted and we actually spent $200 on food. This is a huge win for us. This month it's just been crazy. Let's go back and look. Last week we spent $519 on food, and the week before $473. So I know it's a very unusual month with all the hospital stay and all that, but it feels good. It feels good to get back to normal. Okay, $20 was set aside for gas. That was a cash envelope. So we started with $70 in our miscellaneous envelope. We ended up putting 10 of that over here into our savings challenge envelope, which left us with $60 for miscellaneous expenses this week. And then we did $50 for spending money. So altogether, that was $330, which left us with $10, which we put here in the savings challenge envelope. So $10 was spent on that category, bringing our budget down to 0. This is exactly what I want to do. I do zero-based budgeting, and what that means is with every paycheck that I budget, I want to end with 0. I want to have a place for all of my money. Okay, let's go ahead and set up week 4. Okay, so for us, our week 4 budget is going to cover the period of time of December 22nd through December 28th. So this video is a little bit late, you guys. I think I'm going to start doing these family budget videos on Sundays. That's my goal. But this past Sunday was Christmas, and I enjoyed that day so much with my family. I spent the whole day with my family. It was amazing. So no video came out on Christmas. Okay, moving over to income. So this week we have my pay. And it was another good week for us in the Etsy shop, so I'm able to pay myself exactly what I'd like to pay myself, which is $600 a week. And then we also have income from Buy Me a Coffee, which I did discuss in the intro of this video. And all together, that was $2,425, which I know is insane, you guys. I know. Okay. So altogether, that is $3,025 that we have to work with. Probably, definitely the best week we had in the year 2022. I'm still blown away. Okay, so let's talk about how we're going to spend that money this week. Okay, so starting with sinking funds, I put sinking funds in this biggest category box here because it is my biggest category. The cool thing about these stickers, which are from my Etsy shop, by the way, is you can change the labels on here. You can even just write in the title. You don't have to put a label on there. So it's flexible to your budget and your budget needs. So Amazon. Today we're going to stuff these in just a moment here. We're going to put $3 towards Amazon, $7 towards back to school, $10 to birthdays, $10 to car maintenance, $5 for car registration, $25 for Christmas, $3 for Sam's Club, $50 for vacation, and $10 for vet. So altogether, I believe that comes to $123, but let's double check. Yes, $123. So 30, 25 minus 1, 2, 3, So that leaves us with $2,902. By the way, I told you at the beginning that I am a low-income budgeter. I am. Trust me, I am a low-income budgeter. This is so unusual. Okay, so moving on to our fixed expenses. So we have loan number 2, which is $142. Garbage, we're going to set aside $5 for that today and $10 for Alliant Energy. Okay, so this is a new bill. This is the credit card that we had to open to take care of those expenses that I talked about in last week's video. So let's come back to this in just a moment here. This new card, we have a balance of $4,163 on this card. And we're going to, every week, we're going to pay as much as we can to that card. But let's come back to that. Let's do the variable and savings first, and then we'll come back to that and figure out how much we can put towards that card. So moving on to variable expenses. So for us, for my family, our variable expenses are food, gas, miscellaneous, and spending. Okay, so we're going to budget $200 for food, $20 for gas, $50 for miscellaneous. Some of that is going to go to our savings challenge game that we're going to pay today. I don't know how much it's going to be. I'm going to budget $0 for now, but the actual amount will be different. And then spending money is $50. So all together, see how much that would be. So that's $320. Okay. Now, coming down here to our savings, we usually only do savings challenge, but this is a unique week because we have a lot of money and most of this is going towards savings. So first of all, we are going to finish our $1,000 cushion today. So I'm going to write cushion here. To finish off this savings challenge, which is what we've been working on, we need $330 to reach that $1,000 goal. So we're going to save that from here. And then $1,000 was designated to go to our emergency fund. So $1,000 is going there. So our subtotal here is going to be $1,330. Okay, so if I've done these calculations right, that means that we're going to have $1,020 left to pay towards Visa this week, which is incredible. I cannot thank you guys enough. I just can't. So 142 plus 5. Okay, so that's $1,177. So now we're just checking to see if I did everything right. So we had $2,902 minus $1,177. So that's $1,725 minus $320. That's, no, I did something wrong. Okay, I figured out what I did wrong. So I did mention this in the intro, but there was $75 that was designated for a gift for Logan, books for me, and stocking stuffers. So that was $75 plus the $50 for miscellaneous makes the miscellaneous category $125 this week instead of $50. So let's see what that would be. So that means $395 was spent here. So that left us with $1,330, which is exactly what we need. So we have the $330 for the cushion, the $1,000 for the emergency fund, which is $1,330, bringing our total down to 0. And we are going to be starting off 2023 in an amazing place. Okay, so let's go ahead and stuff all of these cash envelopes, and then we'll get on to the savings challenges. Okay, so today we're stuffing $258 in cash. So let's start by counting that and making sure I got the correct amount from the bank. So I'm just going to set this aside for now, just because counting 50s is difficult for me. It's easier for me just to add that in at the end. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 208 here, plus 50 is 258. So you may have noticed, friends, that I did add the press-on nails again this week. But You know what, guys? I think I might take a break from them. I think I might remove them because just with everything I need to do for Logan, it's just going to be easier for me not to have long nails. So I think I'm going to go ahead and remove them and just go back to polish for a while. But they are definitely fun and a cheap option to make your hands look extra glamorous. Okay, so starting with our sinking funds. Today, Amazon is going to get $3. 1, 2, 3. So let's see how much we have all together. This is for our Amazon annual membership. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have $9 saved for that. And then for back to school, we are going to save $7 today. We do homeschool, so this money is for whatever school supplies that we're going to need at the beginning of the year, but also our curriculum because we buy our own curriculum. So let's see how much we have all together right now for our back to school. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Next up is birthdays. We are going to put $10 towards birthdays today. So we have 10, 20, and 30. Next is car maintenance. And today we're going to put $10 towards car maintenance. So that is 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Then we have car registration. Today, car registration is going to get another $5. So that is 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. So we now have $65 set aside for car registration. Okay, Christmas. So we actually are already saving up for Christmas for next year. So today we're going to add $25. So let's see how much we have for Christmas next year. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95. Oh, this is so sweet. We already have $95. Hopefully we don't have to, knock on wood, we don't have to dip into this envelope for any other emergencies this year. Okay, Sam's Club is going to get $3 today. So let's see how much we have all together. This is for our annual membership. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have $9 for that. Vacation is going to get $50. That's what that 50 is for. So we have $150. Nice. We take one vacation every summer. We visit my parents who live in Michigan. And so that's what this money is for. And then vet is going to get $10. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110. Oh, that is such a relief. We've had a lot of vet expenses lately, so it's nice to build that envelope back up. We had used all of it this past summer, so it's nice to get that building up again. Okay, let's move on to bills. Okay, so for garbage, we're going to set aside $5. So we don't have any money in these envelopes because we actually took the money out last week to pay those bills. It was time, so it's time to restart them. So garbage is getting $5 and Alliant is getting $10. And then when we come back next week, we'll have a new envelope for our Visa bill. But this week we are paying off $1,020, and I'm just doing it straight from my bank. I'm just going to transfer $120 straight to the card. But then going forward, we'll put money aside week to week and then make a payment once a month. So that will be coming next week. Okay, next up are our variable expenses, and these expenses are the ones that I need to have the money on me, so I carry them around in a wallet. They don't stay at home like the other money. So first is my spending money, and I'm going to get $20 this week. Logan will get $10 for his spending money, and David will get $20. Okay, then we're going to set aside $20 for gas, and miscellaneous, we're going to set aside $50 for that. Some of this will go to a savings challenge in just a moment. We're actually going to do that right now. So, but for starters, we're going to start with 50 in miscellaneous. Okay, so moving on to our savings challenges. This is always the most fun part, in my opinion, part of the video, but it's even more fun today because we have so much to do today. So first of all, I would have already shown you this in the intro, me laying down all those stickers, so I'm not going to make you suffer again to watch me do that. I'm going to do that really quickly, but I'm going to lay down all the stickers here for the Piggy Bank Savings Challenge. This is going to be our $1,000 cushion today because I left the $330 in the bank already, and I'm also going to add this to that, so we should have 170 here, plus the $330 that's in the bank will equal 500. Plus I had 500 in the bank, so we should be able to put a $1,000 marker in here today. But let me count this, make sure it's 170, and if it is, then we will put it in the bank deposit bag. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my bank deposit bag to deposit back into my bank. This $500 marker is being replaced with a $1,000 marker. I'm so excited. We've been working on this challenge for so long. It just feels like forever, and we finally accomplished it. Wow, you guys, laying down those stickers was so satisfying. Okay, another thing that we took care of this week, thanks to you guys, was that $1,000 emergency fund. So for this savings challenge sheet, I just made each of these little cash stacks worth $20. So the whole sheet was worth $1,000. I'm gonna go ahead and get that laid down. Can we just take a moment and appreciate how pretty that is? It's so pretty. Okay, also, we need to add an envelope. For that, I actually ordered this from Etsy from a shop, and I'm sorry I don't remember what shop I got it from quite a while ago, but we had just never gotten to the point where we were ready to start filling it, and we have already been able to fill it today. So we are going to put $1,000 in there as well. By the way, in case you don't know what these are placeholders to indicate that I do have this money. This particular amount is in my savings account. I do have this money in my account. I just don't have it in cash here at my house because I'd rather have it in a safe place. Oh, that is so awesome. Okay, so we are going to be starting a new savings challenge today, and that is to pay off our new credit card debt. Okay, so this time I am doing the piggies, but I'm going to be doing the rainbow. I haven't even cut this out. I did the kiss cut, but I haven't cut out the whole thing yet. I will do that later, but I'm going to need 4 of these because each of these sheets, so every piggy is worth $10, so each sheet is worth 500. Oh wait, I did that wrong. You know what? I meant each piggy to be worth 20, not 10. And then each sheet would be worth 1,000. That's what I meant to do. So let me change that to 20. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is get these 4 sheets laid down, and then we have already saved $1,020 towards this goal, so I'm gonna get those stickers down as well. Okay guys, so it is time to play the game. So this is our new savings challenge game. So every week we will take some of our miscellaneous money and we will put it towards paying off this credit card debt. And something I did not consider is that I don't do increments of 20 for the savings challenge. I do increments of 10. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch this back to 10, which means I need to lay down more stickers because every sheet will be worth 500. So we'll have, these 2 will be filled out. So this will be the one that we're working on, and we'll already have 2 pigs done from this page. So let me go ahead and just do that really quickly. There's 10 and 20 because we have 1,020 already paid off here. Which reminds me, in this envelope, in our debt envelope, I can put a $1,000 marker because we already have $1,000 in there. And then what I'm going to do is every time we fill up a page, so every time we get another $500 filled up, then I will make a payment to that card. In addition, this is in addition to the monthly payment I'm going to make from my budget. So this is above and beyond that. Okay. So we have 3 numbers that we're working with. I'm going to fill all these in later. I don't want to make you guys wait. This has been a long enough video as it is. Okay, so 10, 20, 30. So every week I ask my viewers to pick a number, either 1, 2, or 3, and whatever number you pick, that's how much we're going to put towards our savings challenge. So let's see what you guys picked this week. So 5 people picked number 1, 6 people picked number 2, and 3 people picked number 3. By the way, guys, don't forget to leave me a number in the description box below, either 1, 2, or 3, to let me know which number you want for next week's savings challenge. Okay, so number 2 is the winner this week. So let's see how much we're putting. $30. That's awesome. I'm totally good with that because I want to pay this debt off. So let's see what the other numbers were. So number 1 was 10 and number 3 was 20. Okay, so we're going to put $30 towards our savings challenge this week, and that money is coming from our miscellaneous envelope. And we're in a good place right now, thanks to you guys. That I feel totally comfortable putting that money towards the debt and only having $20 for miscellaneous expenses this week. I feel like we're going to be okay. Okay, so that is 3 pigs. So let's go ahead and put those down. And I went ahead and pulled 20 from the amount that I was going to deposit to my bank. I have a, that envelope of money that needs to go to the bank to represent the first 2 piggies we already had. So we already had 1,020. And today we're going to add another 30, so now we have 1,050 towards this goal. Oh my gosh, this really has been just the coolest, the coolest savings challenge part like ever. I'm so excited and I love the way this looks. It's like, accomplishing things. It just feels good, and it's thanks to you guys that we were able to accomplish this much. But oh, it's so exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye, everyone.